In Luke 22:36, Jesus tells two of his followers to sell some of their stuff and buy a gun. Wait, did I say gun? I meant sword. In any case, this verse is often used by those Christians who are conservatives first and Christians second to justify gun ownership. For part one of my two-part counterargument, let's take that statement alone at face value for a minute and follow it to its logical conclusion. So, conservatives mostly say they own guns for hunting or self-defense. This argument will deal with the issue of guns owned for the purpose of self-defense, and I personally don't have a strong opinion on hunting one way or the other. So, moving forward, a sword is not a gun. Jesus would have had no concept of what a gun is. A sword is a weapon that can inflict mild to deadly force within several foot radius of it. A gun is a big step beyond that. A gun inflicts moderate to deadly damage in a vastly increased range. There is certainly an argument for defense here, and for time, let's just grant the argument that guns can be used for self-defense. I'm giving you leeway here, conservatives. Come on, try to keep up. Try to keep up. Okay, so many guns are even worse, though. A scoped rifle could potentially kill a guy from hundreds of yards. There's zero argument for defense here. In what non-combat situation would you ever need to kill a guy from 100 yards away? Even if you are trying to no-scope a guy's heads off at just a few yards, that's just way overkill and potentially badass. If Jesus telling two guys to buy swords is an endorsement of the much more powerful weapons of guns, then by that slippery slope logic, it is an endorsement of not only handguns, long-range rifles, but also automatic guns where you can defend yourself against crowds and crowds of people. Maybe in the zombie apocalypse, okay, but not in real life, all right? So if swords justify guns in general, including long-range and assault rifles, what's stopping us here? Why not missile launchers, surface-to-air missiles, or even atomic bombs? Why not put atomic bombs in the hands of every American? You know, like for protection. I mean, seriously, what's the worst that could go wrong? This is merely an extension of our Second Amendment right, guys. So why don't we just go ahead and give every motherfucker...
Are you okay?
It was just a simple atomic bomb accident. It was through my own ignorance and lack of training that this occurred. If everyone was more trained on how to use nuclear weapons, we'd all be fine, I'm sure. So, anyways, in the context of the verse in Luke 22, I guess it's completely. I guess I really am immortal. I guess it's completely lost on conservatives. So let's recap. And then he said to them after that, he said, but now whoever has a money belt is to take it along, likewise also a bag, and whoever has no sword is to sell his coat and buy one. For I tell you, this which is written must be fulfilled in me. And he was numbered with transgressors, for that which refers to me has its fulfillment. Okay, so basically, Jesus is referring to written prophecy here. He's telling his followers to get some swords specifically in order to fulfill this written prophecy. Jesus here is referring to Isaiah 53:12, which states, in part, he poured out his life unto death and was numbered with the transgressors, for he bore the sin of many and made intercession for the transgressors. So, then later, back in Luke times, Jesus' followers get two swords, and then he's like, all right, that's enough, two's good. And then later in Luke 22:51, one of the guys uses his sword and cuts another guy's ear off, and Jesus is like, hey, stop doing that, please, because that's not the point. The point was simply and plainly to fulfill that prophecy, and he did. He didn't say, load up on guns and kill your friends. Okay, so if you want to join the conversation with me, I have a Facebook. It's at facebook.com/fifthwatcher. You can even freaking email me. You should probably also subscribe to this channel in one of the links here. And I'm even so freaking hip, I have a subreddit. And you can check that out too. Link's gonna be in the below part. Okay, have a good one, everybody.
Are you okay?
Yes. I probably should have told you what I was doing.